But I come on this bitch to enter.
Y'all motherfuckers going to hell.
This video was requested a long time ago after I did a Zesty rapper video a few months ago, and my point still stands that a lot of these rappers be using very occult and demonic symbolism just to sell some streams. Not because they actually deep, evil, or dangerous in any way, but for the fact that it's always an easy shortcut to attention, and I know most of us already knew this. However, the spam of upside down crosses and vampire dark aesthetics has to stop. Or just in general, the whole selling your soul gimmick to make themselves look mysterious before the music proves anything. I've stated in the past, the issue was less about the music being good or bad, but more so the symbolism and imagery behind it.
Whoa! Do you believe in Satan? This is a simple question.
So I bring it up again because with the state of rap music, why did rap evolve from chains, girls, money, or any sign of struggle into the overly demonic, drugged out version of that? Because now rocking pentagrams, spamming gorecore, and goth aesthetics will still somehow be a solid attention grabber in 2026. And I know someone's gonna say it's just music, it's not that deep, calm down, I get it. But that's only partially true, because if it's not being demonic, it's playing into zesty trends that seem to be breaking all the norms, that at the same time are being used to sell an image of the music, and regardless if the music is good or not, it will always look like a way of baiting your fans into believing that you sold out. Unless you actually did. And the state of music is so bad. And now we got a large amount of DIY home artists adding to the noise pollution. So by putting out a normal song, most people are going to just ignore it nowadays. So there's always a clear intention behind this dark imagery to literally tell the industry you put your soul in the music. And this isn't even about the religion or the weird fans that decide to defend this. But for anyone breaking into the industry, especially rap, they love to abuse this type of promo. To the point where people do not have to make good music if their aesthetic is better. I'm officially admitting to myself this state of rap is completely washed. And I can only tolerate some of it in bits and pieces. We are somehow devolving into regular toxic SoundCloud rap music with pentagrams all over the place. When people talk about this, they usually bring up Uzi or Cardi as the pioneers for this era, as they are the main ones to blame for this state of rap. Uzi had these satanic accusations follow them for years because of his lyrics and his shows, and also just the imagery that he plays off trying to act demonic even though he says he's not a million times. Cardi was a vampire for a whole few years and then added to this whole rage slop era of music. And whether you think it's cool or corny, they still made it influential. They showed that a rapper does not just need music to go viral anymore. You could build this entire myth around your whole music, and regardless of if it's good or complete dog shit, a rapper can make a fan feel like they are part of some type of cult even if it's not actually a cult.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers have entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell.
But when everyone starts abusing the distorted cover art and tries to look like some form of siren demonic hybrid, I don't think these artists can really be taken serious at any major level, no matter how good the music is or isn't. Rap nowadays is more cosplay than art. Underground rap has always had strange aesthetics, but at least back then I feel like it used to be a little more tame, because it still has to be weird or rebellious enough to challenge the mainstream. But then you got people saying that the new underground is changing their life under a song where someone could spam the same 4 bars for 2 whole minutes. And I get the whole energy over lyrics argument, but when almost everyone does it, can we stop acting like it's the best music ever? Some of the gimmicks can be good, but most are just abusing it, forming aesthetics of being tortured or messed up with the most basic lyricism to go behind it. Aesthetics do help, but certain artists can really benefit without the whole extra bullcrap. And if all underground rappers probably follow this blueprint, they probably wouldn't be as big, but at least we could be honest if their music was just complete ass or not. The fans play a role too. I'm convinced underground rappers have to have the worst fan bases of all time. Don't let your favorite start wearing black lipstick or get a diva tattoo, or his entire career will rely on his next few drops being good enough to ignore that fact. These gimmicks are like a gamble, because the crazier the gimmick, the more your music has to be on par for it to work. And at first it's just jokes, but then people start actually believing it. So acting strange or being yourself becomes this blueprint. But the problem is that instead of being judged by the music, they gonna get judged by everything around the music, since all music is basically pushed through social media at this point. Blackboy Max is a rapper but also a streamer, so he has 2 of the worst fan bases on the internet, and has an entire audience that feels like they know him personally. So whenever he starts changing his appearance, it's not treated the same as a Nine Vicious or a Playboy Cardi. People react way more intensely than they would with a normal artist. So when he throws on a wig or has diva on his ribcage, they crucify him live on stream.
Negative. I might come on that shit being goofy. I might come on this bitch Y'all can call me corny, I don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want, but I come on this bitch to entertain y'all niggas, bro. It's not easy, bro. I be putting my heart and soul in this shit. Oh God, bro. Oh God, bro. It feel like it's out there with me, bro.
At least rappers can hide from the comments. Max literally has to see this live every day. So now everyone's gonna say that he either sold his soul or they miss how he used to be. Regardless of what, none of us know this man personally. I'd say just let him create and do his thing regardless if his soul is gone or not. But my main point is that the fans really be the issue. To a certain extent, all these gimmicks are wild and some of these rappers probably did sell out. And based on their fan bases, it seems like it's working. And this should be a warning to any creator in any field at this high level of visibility that fans will want an artist to grow, but the second you change up, they will start acting crazy. And with Max already getting the hate he was getting, this just makes things worse. There is already a big homophobia problem in all creative spaces. And with black artists especially, any shift into zesty or demonic trends can be seen as way crazier than what it is. We should already know how this industry works by now. Regardless if a man is in a wig or not, it all goes back to the same image of black men. If a black rapper looks street, then he's just a YN to them. If he looks rich, then he's just a rich YN. And if he's athletic, he's just a YN. But being alt and in the industry might be the worst combination since the fan bases can't even understand these ideas all in one. We know rappers abuse these gimmicks, so the ones being serious about their image are harder to decipher for an average underground fan, so people are just gonna call him gay. Lots of fans are starting to act like that one clip from the Boondocks.
He's gay, isn't he? Yep.
Sometimes these critiques are fair if the artist is clearly using the symbolism for shock, but sometimes people are just uncomfortable with a black artist expressing themselves and not fitting the image that they had for them. I do think there's a real conversation about how this dark imagery affects the fan bases. Not everyone who questions this stuff is crazy. I know I said I'd leave out religion, but some people, religious or not, will feel uncomfortable with this kind of imagery, and that's fair. But there's a difference between being uncomfortable and saying every rapper that wears black and is black, but doesn't act black, is somehow controlled by the devil or gay. That's where a lot of these people start losing me. A lot of these things that the rappers do nowadays have nothing to do with music. And the hate they get follows the same trend. I know underground fans are young, but there's also adults that listen to this music. And most of these industries are all about marketing and rebellion. So whatever sells, they're gonna push. At least I was able to catch it this time. When it's good, it's ingenious. Why is it paused? Fuck. Some of it might actually just be dark and strange to people, but let's not act like this is the only reason rap is dying. My biggest issue is that sometimes the image is doing more work than the music. So a streamer / rapper could get a vasectomy, tat, and a wig, and then his music just gets disrespected. And it's fine not to like it, because if you don't like the music, then it is what it is. So most of the time, the music has to justify any gimmick that goes along with it. And that's the main reason why artists like Non-Vicious are able to pull off his level of success. He plays into the trend, and his music matches it, even if it's very different. But if the songs are hated, then the symbolism just goes out the window. It's like some artists use imagery to deepen the music, and then others just use it as a distraction. And that's why so much of this industry just feels fake as hell. The symbols be louder than the songs, and then the hype don't even match the music. The demonic sellout aesthetic is overused, and it doesn't hit like it used to. I can't really say it really did. Everyone's starting to look like they all got the same underground starter kit. We really need to do a recession on mics and FL plugins. My advice to music makers actually doing this and not just doing it for fun: say something worthwhile. Shock can always get attention, but a lack of value is going to get you eviscerated off the internet for better or worse. Not saying you won't still be hated on, but pay attention to where the hate comes from. The aesthetics are getting lazy. If the music is actually good, the weird behavior should add to it. A lot of these rappers want to be legends before they even earned any type of recognition. We be looking for the next MJ, but he doesn't exist, and I don't think he ever will. Having a cult fan base is a start, but strip away those symbols and the attention-grabbing media, and are you still an artist or just a regular dude with mid-music and a pentagram on your chest?
Wow, that was so powerful. Academy Award.